Alright, good evening my friends. We are going to give you guys a bit of an update on what's going on in the toy shop tonight. Working this 2008 Kyle Busch number 20 Doosan, and got one coat on the spoiler of this Go Mango paint. So how I do this is I spray a little bit on this paper here, like so, and I was using this, but I'm going to use something else. I'm going to use this applicator here. This thing really sucks up the paint and makes it a little bit more difficult to get it onto the car. As you can see here. Usually you'd have to do 2 or 3 coats of this, and in between putting coats of sealer on it. It seems to want to lift the black undercoat on there. So it's important to get coats of sealer between them. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Continue to struggle to find time to work these customs. Life has gotten extremely busy. And it's a late Sunday night, so I'm trying to do this video here. Make some progress. Okay. Definitely going to need another one, because that front side's going to need another coat, possibly 2. But I gotta let it dry, put some sealer on it, maybe 2 coats of sealer, and then come back and do some more. So that's that. Alright, I am also working a couple other things here. Working this number 75 Lux truck. As I said, when you're working trucks, highly recommend getting this decal on before you reassemble everything. It's just so much easier. You can kind of just poke holes in this area here for where your supports go. So much easier to do that than to try to put it all together and then lay this decal through the 2 supports. So that's what I recommend doing there. I gotta get a little black on that window there. Same thing with this. Got just poke holes where those supports go. So much easier. Gonna have to do some pre-painting around there because this is all black up here. A lot of black on that car. Alright, so let me show you this. So this is the stripped down Elite 64, Hot Wheels Elite 64 Audi RS7. So disassembled it, got all these plastic pieces out. It was awesome, so wonderful to have that as opposed to those being decals or whatever. So you can see how that looks. Yeah, so excited. Clean that out a little bit. So I'm at the point now where before I go to paint this, I'm gonna wire brush this guy, and I'm gonna do some other bodies and sample it before I actually paint this thing. So the paint has come in the mail, and that is this, back up here, premium high gloss acrylic urethane original factory color match from bumpers.com. And this is the it's a Volkswagen Audi, okay, Daytona gray pearl LV super acrylic. So it says step 1 of 1, but this is the top coat. And so my plan is to try a couple other bodies, one with a primer, one without a primer, and before I actually paint that guy. So we'll see how this turns out, but so far I'm super happy with this body, with how it's been able to disassemble it. Yeah, get this thing completely cleaned up. Want this thing completely shiny. No defects in it whatsoever. The detail's pretty good on it. You can see the door handles. When I stripped it, I mean, it lifted like right away. Sometimes the NASCAR cars, they take a little bit before the paint starts, or the wrap starts lifting off of the die-cast body. But this thing, man, it was like 10, 15 seconds it was lifting and bubbling. So I wonder how, maybe just a different process, I don't know, Hot Wheels uses than Lionel. I think it would be somewhat similar, but I don't know, whatever. Get some steel wool on this guy. Alright. Yeah, I was watching a race today. A little bit of the race that Denny Hamlin won at Dover. Kyle Larson was pressing him. I was kind of sad for Corey LaJoie. He stayed out that one cycle and was hoping for a caution and led a bunch of laps, but couldn't get the caution. Cautions came later. So, oh well. Okay, I think that is ready. Again, what I said what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use that paint over a couple other bodies and see if it works over just the bare metal or if it'll work better over a primer. I'm assuming the primer, right? I mean, that's just what I'm assuming. This is one of my cars I'm going to test it with. This COT here. I'd already drilled out the... Sorry about that. I'd already drilled out the other rivets. Let's take these out. You can tell this is an older one when it got the little adhesive there to hold it in place. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Alright. This is lovely. There's like a little jagged piece there. See that? It's not even... Let's see how I can do this without... Just gotta be careful it doesn't slip up onto that back windshield. Push those guys in. Lift. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to strip this guy down and we'll get it completely down to the bare metal, and then I will paint it with that Daytona gray pearl. Let me show you what else I got here. Hold on a second. I had painted this a little bit earlier. It's still dry, or it's still drying. But this truck here, just a light coat of just regular Rust-Oleum primer. And so once this fully dries and sets, I'll try that. Try that gray. What is it called again? Daytona Gray Pearl. Try that on that primer truck and see what happens. Okay, that's what's going on in the toy shop tonight, guys. Appreciate you liking and subscribing, following the channel. I know a handful of you have reached out, want me to make some customs for you. I'll be getting after those here shortly. Once I complete these cars for Mr. Kyle. But this Doosan will be ready to go here shortly. Just got to finish the spoiler and get some more coats of clear sealer on it, and it'll be ready to rock and roll. So, alright guys, God bless, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Out here.